Frank Ragnow of your Detroit Lions. You are now tuning into the official new hotness, the One Pride podcast presented by ISN. This is your source for all Detroit Lions news, rumors, pre- and post-game day breakdowns. Go Lions.
All right. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Derek, aka the Gridiron Blitz, and I am here live to talk some Lions with my man of the YouTube channel, Jay. Let's Talk Lions. What's good, Jay?
What's happening, my man? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no doubt, man. No doubt. I came across you, Jay. Was it the Minnesota game? I think it was that the
yes,
game.
It was.
When Dalvin Cook put up a bunch of numbers on us.
Yeah.
And it was recommended to me, man. I saw it and I was like, this dude's funny. I want to talk to him. So I subscribed right away, man. And from there, I've been rocking with you, man. Appreciate what you do for the Detroit Lions community with the positive vibes and things like that. So we are here. You're welcome, man. We are here to talk some Detroit Lions. But before we do that, let's find out. Let's get a little background on you, Jay. Tell us maybe about your Lions fandom and how you got into the YouTube game.
Sure. Yeah. First of all, Derek, Gridiron Blitz, I just want to say thank you for who you are. Honestly, man, like something I've looked at is seeing how positive you are and how positive your fan base is. It speaks a lot to your character as an individual. So I just do want to say thank you. That's huge. That's a huge reason why I started watching you. So that's big, man. Thank you for that.
Appreciate that, bro. It's
yeah,
not
dude.
often I hear kind things said about me, but thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, bro.
Dude, no problem. Yeah, you know, a little bit about me. Actually, how I came to be a Lions fan is actually a little weird. I grew up in the People's Republic of New Jersey. And so in New Jersey, we don't have a team, even though two teams play in our state. Neither of them are named New Jersey anything. So you got the New York Jets, you got the Giants. And so growing up, I hated both teams. I hated them. Okay. I was like, I want you to be mine, but they never were. And so when I moved to this area back in 2012, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm going to take a year or two and I'm just going to watch and I'm going to be quiet, but I am going to sell my soul to the Lions when the time is right. And I felt like I wasn't a bandwagon fan because there was no bandwagon to get on.
True.
You know, we lose a little bit out here. And so I have been giving the Lions my all since about 2014, I would say.
Okay, so that means that the 0-16 season, you didn't have the pleasure of watching that.
I did not.
Wow.
I did not. I mean, I had the pleasure of watching it as just from the outside, but I didn't have to deal with it in the heart of hearts and the depths of my soul.
Man, like the rest of us or most of us. Well, listen, good for you. Good for you.
Man.
You didn't get the Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
No.
Man, you missed some good stuff, bro.
I missed a lot of good stuff. I mean, you've had Stafford since about then, you know, obviously he came in 2009 and watching him for the last couple of years and whatnot. But all in all, yes, thankfully, I am more new to the Lions game, you could say, 2014.
Now I can hear the New Jersey. I can hear it now, man.
Yeah, sometimes I drop the letter R.
I hear it, man. That's awesome, though. But it's awesome to have. That's the one thing about when you start doing YouTube, you realize that you're not alone, man. It's the bubble is way bigger than you thought it was. But and that's one thing I didn't realize because I used to sit before I started doing YouTube. I used to sit on the couch and it was just me and just despair. You know what I mean? Like watching that on, and I didn't realize, wait a minute, there's other people out there and that's why I started talking Lions because it's not a lot of people that talk in the mainstream media. And so, you know, we're like family, man. When you see somebody with a Lions outfit, you're like, hey, man. So you just
I go nuts. I go to the store. Somebody's got something on, and I'm like the weird guy because I go running up to him. I'm like, oh man. But it's good, you know, because if they're wearing it, if they're wearing the jersey, they feel good about their team. And so I know I'm going to get a positive reaction.
Absolutely. Well, we have 28 people in here. We have 10 likes. If you guys can like the stream, that would be awesome. Also, Let's Talk Lions is the pinned comment, so don't dismiss it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Approaching 400 subs over there, so I'm sure he would appreciate a genuine sub if you guys take a look at his content and if you like what he do. He's very passionate and another one to the team, man. We love when new people show up because, like I said, it's not enough of us. But Jay, it's good to have you, bro. Good to have you. Congratulations on the YouTube channel. And now And hey, do your thing, man. Give me that sound bite that you do on your channel before we get started.
All right. Well, let's talk Lions.
There we go, man. I love that, bro. I absolutely love that. I think that's probably the best part, man, in the Mr. Rogers intro that I did so much, man.
Thank you.
Let's talk Lions. All right. Well, it's been a tough night. It was a very tough day for me yesterday. It was a very tough day. Lions fall, and we are going to start this conversation by talking about the Green Bay aftermath, man, the Green Bay Packers and the aftermath of yesterday's game. So, Jay, initial thoughts on just the game in general.
Honestly, dude, I was truly heartbroken from that game. I put out a video last night, and I really expected us to win that game. I expected to pull out the W. You know, our defense, some initial thoughts, our defense played a great game, and our defense has been bad all year. Like terrible.
I think that's an understatement. It's been
First
two games we let 200. We was averaging 200 yards a game. So
it's nasty. It's a nasty year for the Lions defense, and so being able to stop the rush and really struggling. And again, we've had some injuries. You know, we've had some huge injuries. Whether it's Flowers, Trufant, Coleman was out for a little bit. Now Okuda's basically dead. We are dealing with a lot, and I think our defense played a game that I'm really proud of. Offensively, there were a lot of mishaps. Stafford had a pretty good game, but I think wide receivers and we had some drop balls. Amendola being one of them across the center. All in all, easy answer. I was heartbroken.
Yeah, I was too. It was very. I'm sad it had to come against this team because we know what we've been through with the Green Bay Packers, and I'm sad it had to come through this team because it just continues to happen. You know, we had the hands to the face last year in the game, Monday night game. We should have won. Now it didn't come down to that. But that helped sway.
Yeah, it gave them a whole drive down the field where Aaron Rodgers ends up scoring because it happens on third down. Then they convert. It was unbelievable last year. That game was taken from us, stripped right from us. And I mean, there's stuff to talk about.
It is. But I woke up refreshed and I said, do I want to go down that rabbit hole again? You know what I mean? Because last night was a tough night because on top of it being the Green Bay Packers, you had the cause, like our team gave it all they had with what they had. Like you mentioned earlier about the injuries. They gave all they had, man. No Trey Flowers, no Okuda, no Kenny Galladay, which that's a whole different conversation. But the thing about it, man, is it's like I expected us to lose, but I was hoping for a win. Yeah. And if the Lions would have upset the juggernaut Packers, how big would that have been for not only our team, getting rid of Matt Patricia, which is something we can also talk about as well, but the aftermath of that and how big that would have been for the team, the fan base, and maybe made a little noise, with the end of the hunt. So I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed in the NFL more than I am my team. They did what they could, man. So
no, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think there's some sort of. And I never want to be the guy. I never want to be the guy who's going to be like, oh, the refs screwed us, this and that. Because nobody likes that guy. That guy sucks. And I'm sitting there
like that guy because I'm that
guy. Well, last night I was that guy.
Yeah,
I'm going nuts, man, watching it with my friends. And because you look and Marvin Jones, that ball to the 1 yard line. I'm sorry, but that's just clear evidence that he had some toe drag swag on the way out. And then, obviously something else, he hits his head on the ground. He should probably be pulled out of that game for a little bit. Check him out. The onside kick at the end, very discouraged that the refs would immediately just go for an out of bounds, specifically because whether or not that first toe hit, we don't have a camera angle, whether or not that first toe even hit the sideline, his second foot was clearly inbounds while he's holding the ball.
Yeah.
So to me, the initial call should be inbounds.
You're right.
That's the initial call. So I was very upset that their first call was like, oh, we're just going to go with it, even though his right foot was clearly in at that moment. So that kind of drove me nuts.
Yeah. Nuts is it's it's just we get tired of it happening. And I love the effort from Miles Killebrew and the rest of the team. Miles Killebrew has found a way to stay on this team. I mean, he didn't do what he was drafted to do, but he's done everything else. You know what I mean? So I just feel like they made it happen. The refs, they didn't control. That's just something I want to talk about. I want to get smart. If I go down there, man, I might not come back. I might not come back. But Aaron Rodgers smiling like he usually does after the game, and it's very frustrating. Matthew Stafford, man. Matthew Stafford, the hit he took was, I just instantly cringed a little bit. Like I felt this pain. Yeah. I actually broke my left femur. And when I saw him get bent over to the left, it literally was a pain that ran against my up my leg. It happens a lot. So I'm wondering, that's the first thing I thought was the femur. Was it the leg? But I saw him get up but then I saw him, man, and I don't know if you saw this, Jay, but he was red. Like when the camera showed him, his face was red, his hands were red. And I'm just a little concerned. It's coming out now that it could be some rib injury issues. Yes. So
I know he got folded up by like a 300-pound dude. It was unbelievable. And I felt so bad for him because you know what? Like Stafford, a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about Stafford. There's a lot of thoughts about him. Whether is he actually any good? Would he have succeeded on another team, another franchise? But one thing when you watch Stafford is his willingness to give it everything he has for a team that most other people would write off. Yeah. And I love that about him. I love it. I do.
Yeah, I do too, man. And I know we had talked about it before the show about where will he be next year? Yeah. And I'll let you go first. Now, as far as the comments, you guys are awesome. I did something. I can't see the comments in front of me, so I have to look off to the side. So it's kind of tough to see. But Jorge says NFL Network News reported that Stafford is doubtful for next game. Now we kind of knew that. Excuse me. I knew that he wasn't going to. His face was red. He was holding his left side. He looked a lot like Drew Brees looked after he got hit.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Kind of holding it in, kind of tensing up a little bit, and
had a towel on his face. Like,
and I thought I said this dude's in pain. Yeah. And when you see the redness of the skin, I said he's in pain. They're going to have to protect him from himself because we know how Stafford is. Yeah. Yep. So with that being said, let's transition a little bit. Let's go back. Our team with no Matt Stafford, we've seen how that goes, right? Yep. Stafford will most likely not play this coming game. How do you feel about this game coming up, Jay?
Well, truthfully, we talked about it a little bit right before we hopped on. Number one, Derrick Henry is like a train. He is the Hogwarts Express. Like the guy slows down for nothing. He's made of magic. There is magic in that braid. And I am very worried for a defense, a Lions defense that can't seem to stop the run to have to try to stop the Hulk. So, I am worried going into this Tennessee game. I mean, Derrick Henry's coming off a 215-yard-ish rushing game. So, like, that's kind of scary. And if we have no Matt Stafford has been the number one thing that has allowed the Lions to be mediocre since 2009.
That's all facts.
I mean, that's just my take. My personal call is otherwise, as much as the Lions, everybody already makes fun of them and laughs at them. Yeah. Without Stafford, there was no wild card contention. There was no ever anything, a run for the money. Stafford has been the thing to keep us going. And so without him next week, I don't feel good. I don't.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of getting to. Our backup, my favorite guy in the whole world, Chase Daniel.
When you say your favorite guy, you're saying a joke, eh?
Yeah, that's sarcasm. That's sarcasm. Okay. Let me tell the issue that I have. He's a career backup, right? Yeah. And I have a little thing against Chase because it's not really his fault. So I can clear this up right now. It's not really his fault, but to me, Chase is mediocre at best. Like and he comes in. The story in 2018 when we lost to him on Thanksgiving, he was not in the NFL. He was on his couch just a few weeks, days earlier. He comes in. I think Mitchell was hurt. And he beats our team. Now, Stafford helped him out with a pick six and stuff like that. But I got a little thing, and I just don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
And he comes in when Stafford got hurt a couple weeks ago with the concussion protocol thing, and within 3 or 4 passes, he throws an interception. Like that's what he's going to do. So now we're asking, I'm not, but some people are asking, we beat the Tennessee Titans with Chase career backup Daniels. I call him Daniels. I know his last name is Daniel, but it just sounds better.
I always say Daniels with an S too.
I think Mike Daniels did that to me. So, but I know that's
it's a Michigan thing. Always adding the letter S to everything.
It just sounds better. That's all.
Sure.
You have to pause and say Daniel. You know, you can just say Daniels. Let it roll. But I just don't feel like we have a shot. I don't feel like, and I think that people. We lost 9 in a row, Jay. Yeah. 9 in a row. We carried over to 2 this season, right? And the first thing you heard when Matthew Stafford came back was Stafford's the problem. Got to get rid of him. He got to go. We've seen this team without him, though, and we're going to see it again. And I think Stafford is underappreciated. I really do. And that brings us to his future.
Yeah.
Now he has no more guaranteed money, right? But he's under contract for the next 2 seasons, I believe. But he's out of guaranteed money. Cap hit is huge if we cut him or trade him. So what do you think Stafford's future is here? Is it in Detroit or is it elsewhere?
Wow. See, now that's the question. So now this is where I'm putting out a video actually tomorrow morning that's going to be all about this. So I'll dip into it. My thoughts while looking at Stafford and his future here in Detroit. I think that if he can come back this week and he's not injured and there's not a huge problem where he's going to be out for the rest of the season, even if he can't play this week, but he's able to come back for, Tampa Bay and then follow up with Minnesota, as long as he could be healthy by the end of this year and play a game or 2, I think he will be back next year as we begin this rebuild. However, if he is out for the rest of the season, I think it's the last time we ever see Stafford in the Honolulu Blue. I think it's over for him.
Jay, I got it. You said my least favorite word in the whole world, man.
Oh, what did it say?
Rebuild. You said it, man. You said it. That's the Pee Wee Herman word of the Why? Why are we doing that? Why are we rebuilding?
I think it's Patricia Quinn didn't work out, so let's just scrap it and start over. Sheila's in charge. She wants it to be her own vision, her own team. I think it's just easiest for them to be like, hey, in order for us to give you, the people of Detroit, the team you deserve, we're going to, kill it all and start over. Give us a blank canvas.
And we don't know if Stafford is part of that.
And we don't.
Yeah.
And I don't think he is. I really, personally, I don't think he is. What I could see is because we have him on contract through 2023.
Okay.
I could see happening is us drafting his replacement this year. Drafting the guy who's going to sit behind him. Now, personally, Blitz, I wanted to draft. That's what I wanted our first pick to be this year. I wanted to draft his replacement because I looked at him and I said, all right, Stafford broke his back. That's huge. That's terrible. Yeah. So for me, as a Lions fan, but also just as a non-bias, if I can step back and look, the smart decision was not to trade Slay away and grab Okudah. It was to say, let's grab his replacement and sit him for 2 years behind Stafford and let him learn. Let him learn under our guy. That's what I wanted to have seen done. Personal opinion. You can disagree, but that's what I wanted.
I like that opinion because this is a controversial topic.
Sure.
For a lot of Lions fans, not just Stafford, but the one I'm about to get into. Now, you got Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf type bust, right? Okay. High draft picks didn't pan out at all. Then you have what I have coined the term, rookie bust.
Yeah.
And that simply is that as a rookie, you were a bust. Okay. Jeff Okudah, he need time to develop and blah, blah, blah. But here's I'm giving him that label because you've got Joe Burrow, who is doing his thing until he got his knee wrecked. Okay.
Yeah.
Chase Young. Now I know they're different positions, but Chase Young doing his thing. Okay. You got Clyde Edwards doing his thing. All right. He was taken later. If you're the 3rd overall pick, you must ball out.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, show up and be Trey White, like, or be a mini Trey White. Like, give me something to look at you and say, I can hang my hat on that. I am happy with this pick, because at the end of the season, I'm not. We're 4 games left. He's getting groin surgery, and he was terrible the other 9 games that he played. And I just look and I'm just like, it was such a weird decision, because I wanted Tua. That's who I wanted pre-draft. Okay. And I know most people, and people might even drop it in the chat, it was, well, Tua is not going to come play for Detroit. I still would have drafted the young punk.
The young punk. I like that.
I would have picked them up and I've been like, you're sitting behind Stafford. You're going to learn how to play the game, and you can be the future of this if you want to or not. Because I think Tua is incredible. I think he's going to have a bright future. And I know you don't want to come to Detroit. And this is a problem, though. Who wants to go to the bad teams? But if you're that good, you're going to go to the bad teams. Look at Burrow.
Yeah. You know what? As far as I see, I got a little bit different. I didn't want Tua because of his injury. I was a little nervous by that.
Yeah.
Herbert got a cannon of an arm. So
I would have taken him second, no doubt.
I would, absolutely. So I think I would have chosen Herbert over Tua, just because the injury. I saw it. I had a similar injury. It was scary. I was like, I don't know. Offensive line. You know, we saw what happened to Twinkle Toes. Well, you didn't, but Twinkle Toes, aka Joey Harrington, it just ruined him. No offensive line. He was the 3rd overall pick in 2003, and he's never been the same. Chased him out of NFL. So I'm a little concerned about that. So Herbert, I felt a little better about. When it comes to not wanting to play here, I was like, well, okay, you don't have to come here. I don't want nobody here that doesn't want to be here, man.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm from this city, okay? I reside not too far from it. We want somebody and that's why I appreciate Stafford so much, because Stafford is not a quitter.
No,
he's not a quitter. He wants to bring something here. You have to protect Stafford from himself, which is not a good thing all the time.
Sure.
But I think that I would have done the same thing. I wanted them to get Chase Young. I've been screaming defensive.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it, and from the moment I started talking Detroit Lions on YouTube, I said, I need a defensive end. I need a defensive end.
Oh, it'd be nice to reach the quarterback. I would like that once or twice.
Yeah, but if they couldn't make a move, don't take Okudah. That was please don't take Okudah. So I have to say that he's a rookie bust, okay? But he's got potential, and I think he has the potential to be solid. But when it comes to Stafford, I'm on the fence, man. I'm literally split down the middle, because I think the smart thing to do would be to keep Stafford, because I don't want him the next quarterback thrown in the fire. I just don't. You know, this team is not an organization that you throw a quarterback into the fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would like to draft his replacement this year. I think
I'm with you, dude.
You have to do it.
That's exactly what I want. I look at it and I'm like, Stafford's going to fight for this city as long as he's here. He will. He will give it his all. Man, would it be nice to have an O-line to protect that man. Holy cow. But the way I look at it is just like you said, draft that guy who is going to replace him so that they can work together mutually. Yeah. He can understand. He can learn about the new guy, can learn about the city. He can fall in love with a team that he doesn't have to carry on his back from the day he gets in.
Exactly. Because here in our history, it doesn't work out, especially with the quarterback. It just doesn't. I mean, we chased Calvin out of town. We even when we got Sue, I mean, he didn't want to be here after his rookie contract was up. It's tough, man. And not just like, we underappreciate Matthew Stafford. He's like, a lot of people want to just send him out to pasture. Right now, they want to use him as trade bait. I mean, as a draft capital, because and that brings us back to why we're in this position in the first place.
Yep.
We have 5 draft picks, Jay. 5. Okay. Those guys who are no longer here, they put us in a situation. Okay. And they paid the price. They put us in a situation. And the only one I like is Everson Griffin. I was very high on him. I don't know what happened in the offseason as to why he didn't come, but we got him. I'm happy we did. Okay. Without him, we have Romeo, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it. So for me, I'm like, the smart thing to do, don't take the hit as far as cap wise. Just keep Stafford. Keep him. He can, mentor the young man and eventually make his way out of town. If that's what he chooses to do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because I want to see him win, bro. I want to see the guy win.
He deserves it. Stafford deserves, even not from a Lions standpoint, if you just take a step back, the man has done so much and he's fought so hard. I think he really deserves a playoff win. He deserves, He deserves to be appreciated as well.
And I think that but here's the thing I don't understand about Lions fans. Maybe you have a take on this. Why is it that we just got a whopping taste of no Matthew Stafford? I mean, we saw what, and we were saying, if Stafford was playing, we would have won that game. If Stafford was playing, we would have won this game. Okay, we had the David Blau and the Jeff Driscoll.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You went there, man. Now I'm seeing Thanksgiving last year. Oh. The first throw that went straight into the dirt. I was like,
brother could have won a truck. They was going to give him a truck. They wanted him to win that bad.
Oh, man.
But we've seen this story before, and we're asking for it again. I don't understand. So do you have a take on that, maybe about the city and why they've seen this movie, but obviously they want to go back and watch it again when it comes to Stafford?
I don't, you know what's funny is I don't understand it, because I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and you're right. When Stafford's playing and when we're losing, it's simply, oh, Stafford is the problem. The moment Stafford's out and it's like, oh, we would have won, like you said, with Stafford in. I don't know if it's, we just want the shiny new thing. Like we are done with having to see number 9 back there doing what he does week after week and never winning. I think it's just this tiresome feeling of the same mediocrity over and over again. But I think that mediocrity, what people don't understand is it's not on Stafford. It's not. I think Stafford would excel in a West Coast style offense. I think he would excel. Just you look at him these last 2 games with Bevel as the head coach, and we are now granted, we don't have DeAndre Swift except for finally yesterday. We had him back.
So nice to have him back. It was so nice. It was just literally a breath of fresh air, man.
That's it, really was. Dude. It was like springtime in the Rockies. I just was like, thank God we can actually hand the ball off and move
and actually get past the line of scrimmage. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. No, man, I just think, you know what? We got to see Stafford air the ball out for the last 2 games. I mean, he had that 402-yard game against the Bears, and watching him be able to throw is huge. It's just, we came up empty in a lot of situations. I know it's talking about yesterday and whatnot, but came up in a lot of situations where we should have got the ball.
Yeah. I think the Lions tend to get away from what's working as well. It was so good to have Denny Amendola back, and we missed Trey Flowers, we missed Everson Griffin. I found out yesterday, and I don't know, somebody in the chat, and I'm going to look at you guys, but it's very tough because StreamYards won't let me do it for whatever reason. Said that it was on private, but obviously it's not. Can we get 2 things? First of all, one, Jay's channel, Let's Talk Lions, is the pinned comment. I need you guys to check him out. Just click on the pinned comment. It'll ask to take you to his channel. You do that, subscribe. Let's show some love and support. I would appreciate that. Yep, no doubt, man. That's what we're here for. And the second thing is, it was good to have Everson Griffin and Trey and him on the team, but neither one of them played yesterday. Aaron Rodgers, if I heard this correctly, is the least sacked quarterback in the National Football League.
Yeah, I do. I believe that is accurate. Yep.
That is insane. And when I heard that, I said, it's over.
Oh, man. Watching him get sacked yesterday, or I don't think it was actually a sack. He just got hit and plowed to the ground.
Yeah.
I literally that's when you know there's a problem, because I shouldn't have been as happy as I was to see the man on the ground. Like, there I was giving out high fives, and I'm like, we're still losing. So no, he never goes down. I give that O-line a lot of credit. They keep the man afloat. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's why he's so good. Not only a lot of people like to say, okay, Aaron Rodgers, if you let him out the pocket, if you keep him in the pocket. So he can't run. Yeah, absolutely. He is. And I'm just this dude is a nightmare, man. I'm ready for him to go. I'm just ready for him to go. He's not like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a joy to watch.
Yes.
He is a joy to just watch him fall apart. And then we've got the Mitchell experiment over there.
That's unbelievable.
No threat at all. Okay.
Yeah.
This has been the guy that just has not let us live since he's come into the league.
And you know what's funny, man, is I watched the Indianapolis Colts game versus the Green Bay Packers, and I'll never forget when they end up tying it, when the Colts tie it at the end, and I'm watching their kicker, I think it's Blankenship is his name.
Okay.
Like, he's all jazzed up, he's pumped, and then I'm thinking about fans that are Colts fans, and I'm like, do people just not know that Aaron Rodgers is a god, that he's Hercules? No, thank God they lost. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, this game is not over. You never celebrate against Rodgers until you see that the 4 zeros at the end, and you're like,
but then again, Jay, you still can't celebrate then, because this is right around the time you came into the business. The phantom face mask.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So even with 0 seconds left, you still can't.
You're right.
Still can't do it, man.
There are certain people that get the benefit of the doubt. Rodgers, Brady. Like I watched the Tampa Bay game with the pass interference where Brady throws a ball in the end zone. There's no pass interference. It's a phantom interference, and they're like, well, it's Brady. We have a narrative. We got to get the Bucs to the playoffs. Yeah, I'm sorry to go there.
Yeah, I got a beer left. Don't worry about it. I'll crack that open later.
yeah.
I will crack that open later, man. So I feel like that he could stay, but then he could go. I know if they cut him by a certain time or something, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very interesting offseason because it all really depends on the head coaching candidates, which we can go into that now. So do you have anybody that you want to see as the head coach?
Yeah, it would be, now for me, I look at it and it's hard because you have, when a GM comes in, a GM wants their brother. They want their little baby bro. Look at what happened with Quinn and Patricia. Quinn comes in. He is absolutely just like, screw you, Caldwell. I don't care that you went. And that's a whole nother scenario. We're not going to get into Caldwell right now. But here he is.
That's another thing, Jay. I'm telling you now. You open up that basket, it's like
yeah. It's a picnic day, baby. It's picnic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no. He, you look at Quinn. Quinn wanted Patricia. It's as simple as that. Absolutely. He didn't give Caldwell a fighting chance, and it's a shame. So he brings in his guy, and it fails. And so that's one hard part about a GM head coach tandem, where you're like, I would rather the tandem come together, because live by the sword or die by the sword. Like, you're either going to end up being, I think, really, really well off, or you're going to go down in a ball of smoke. And we went down in a ball of smoke with Quinn and Patricia.
Absolutely.
I look at it and I would love the Kansas City tandem between, I think his name is Borgonzi. Borgonzi and Bieniemy. I was having a discussion personally. I know it's our defense that has been struggling the most. Our defense this year has been the problem. It's not our offense, but I would love to see a guy like Bieniemy as a head coach come in, because of the way that he has worked with Mahomes and Kelsey and the run game. If you give Bieniemy Hawkinson, Stafford for 2 more years, and you give him a run game with Swift, I think he can make something out of this Play-Doh. I think he can build something.
Okay, but what about the defense?
Sure. Great question.
So what? I like everything you just said.
Yeah,
but what about the defense?
I think a defensive coordinator we'd have to hire. I don't think Unlin doesn't cut it. We have to get whoever our head coach is. I would love for them to bring in their own guy, their own choice.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to survive this. Who's going to survive this new regime coming in? Because we talked about it before the show. We have one receiver, a rookie under contract. I don't know if you knew that, but we have one, bro. Danny Amendola, 1-year deal. Mohamed Sanu got him off the street. No, it's because he was unemployed. I
know. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I saw that meme.
No, I love it.
Who else is it? Galladay won't his money.
Galladay,
I don't know if he's gonna suit up again. I really don't.
No, there's rumors he's going to New York to the Giants, which I could really see happening.
That would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Wow. And then Marvin Jones, he's not in contract.
I don't know what's going to happen.
So this next GM head coach, they in a little sticky situation. Thank you, Bob. Sure. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, because you just put us in a boatload of trouble. So I'm wondering, I think there's a receiver in the draft coming too, man. I think they're going to draft a receiver. I think so, maybe 3rd, 4th round, somewhere around there. Maybe later, I don't know. But I'm a little Eric. Okay, so Eric with an enemy and Robert. If Robert, and those are the two. I feel like the Lions are either going to do 2 things. I think somebody mentioned, I think it was you. Somebody mentioned about Eric maybe going to Deshaun Watson. One of my crew, maybe. Yeah, I think Noble Sports Entertainment might have said that he, and I'm like, that's kind of appealing.
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? That's very appealing.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the defensive dude is going to come here. I feel that again. That the
I would
Lions
agree.
Gonna,
I think you're right. I think the Lions will go with a defensive coordinator for our choice.
but we need a GM. We got to get a GM.
Yeah, I know. And that's so my long shot. My long shot is the I think he is the GM of the Pittsburgh Steelers. His last name's Colbert. I don't know if it's pronounced Colbert or Colbert. But Colbert, GM of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The reason I want him now, it's a long shot because why would you leave Pittsburgh and go to Detroit
and come here? Yeah.
But he worked for the Detroit Lions as a pro scout, back in 90 through 99. So during the Barry Sanders years, he was a scout for the Detroit Lions, worked for the Fords. So he has roots with Detroit. My hope is that we can somehow try to convince him to rebuild this team and give him all the power to do whatever he wants to do to rebuild Detroit. I would like somebody from the Pittsburgh Steelers, just because they're a winning organization. They know what it's like to win. They like to win. They don't handle losing. That's what I want. I want somebody who says, I want to win.
Yeah. But in lieu of that, we need the Fords to say, here you go.
Yes. Yep.
Here you go. Here's the keys. You guys drive wherever you want to. All I do is stop and get gas. I'll pay for the gas. You know what I mean? You come in, and that's what we need. Yeah. And I'm afraid that they don't want to do that. So they had a firm, and I think with the hiring process, and I think they ditched the firm. I don't know if they still are using.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But well, you see what that firm got us Bob Quinn.
Yeah. Well, and I also saw that we interviewed 3 internal candidates, and my hope is that was just a decision to be like, oh, we know we're not allowed to actually interview outside the organization right now, so we're just getting the process going, getting our feet wet like a little duck. Yeah. But I'm like, please, not from the internal. I don't want one of these rando dudes.
Yeah, I like that rando dude. Yeah, we don't need rando dude. We need somebody. We need. Yeah, we need somebody established. Somebody. That's why I know Louis Riddick is hot right now, but I'm not really feeling Louis Riddick. I'm not. If I did anybody in that world, honestly, I think I would want Chris Spielman because he's internal, but a long time ago. Yeah, when they were winning, when we had Barry Sanders, he's been watching this team. He's still a fan. So I think that if you had if you could get one of the big dudes, I would get him. But if you go with some, I don't think Riddick is the answer. I mean, I just don't. Yeah. I'm not very confident about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't know about a GM, just somebody who has either played the game or, like you said, I think you said it the best. They want to win. They know how to win. Yeah. And they don't like losing because Sheila says we don't like losing, but that's what we do consistently. And you don't do the things needed to win. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you get rid of Slay because of
internal issues.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yes.
No,
Slay,
go for it.
I mean, Slay is getting cooked now, though. He's getting turkey bacon, sausage, the whole 9, man. The whole just IHOP omelet. Just put Slay. I want a side of Slay. That's what I want. Oh, man. And I think he's hurt. But you basically used your third overall pick to take his replacement. Okay. You bring in Desmond Trufant.
Yeah.
And now we're back to square. It's almost like we didn't draft anybody. That's what it feels like.
Because we basically didn't. We drafted somebody who's been a poltergeist on the defense. I'm talking icy walls, people just floating through them. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It went from a position where you got Imani in his second year. You got Slay, okay? Could have helped Slay out a little bit by getting a defensive end. Somebody to bring some pressure, maybe not sign all these Patriot linebackers, maybe not do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, how many of, when I think about the job that the GM and coach has to do, they got to, what did you say? We have 16?
16.
16. Wow.
We are the Patriots B team, and really we're a C or D team of theirs. It's
so let me see the ones I can name. Shelton, Harmon, Collins, Flowers, does Amendola count?
Amendola, expat.
Amendola, Sanu. Holy mackerel, that's 6.
Yeah. Oh man,
wow. Okay, that's wow. At 16. That Amendola's probably gone. He's probably gone. Trey Flowers, he need to restructure or something. I mean, something.
Yeah.
Wow. I
mean,
it
it's
looks
unbelievable.
Like
and that's what's so much of my problem with like how Matt Patricia ran the team. It was literally like, it felt like a frat house in a way of it's like, oh, let me just get my boys from the college days to come on over and hang out and play the game.
All right.
That's what it felt like. I was like, my man, can we find some actual players, like some guys that didn't once wear a different shade of blue? Like,
yeah, it's almost like he did what only thing he knew.
Yes,
this is how Bill does it. I'm gonna do what Bill does. Let me get all these guys that, hey, buddy, remember I used to be your defensive coordinator. Want to come play for me? I'm the head coach now. You know what I mean? So I got all the power. So come play for me.
That's exactly what it was. And it made every time I saw one coming in, like, I mean, the guys that have probably benefited the most from us looking is probably between Amendola and Flowers. And Flowers right now is on the IR. Yeah. And he didn't even have that great of a season last year when you look at him statistically.
6.5, 6 sacks, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Not good enough. Not good enough. Not for the deal.
And you can't say that word, man.
Oh,
that's another one. That's one of them banned. Hold on, I gotta give the horn. I gotta give the game show buzzer, bro. I didn't have it queued up. Yeah, you can't say that, bro. That is a nightmare to mute. Just the word's not good enough. They give me nightmares, man.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So now, not good enough GM kicks out, not good enough coach, and now we need a rebirth. Like that's what 16 people. How are you going to gut that out? And that's kind of the one thing I don't want Robert to do. If we hire Robert, do not bring Sherman to this team.
Yeah,
I do not want Sherman here.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't want Sherman here because, see, I don't forget. He's like, I don't want to play for them. I want to play under Matt Patricia, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. First of all, the first thing is you're not what you used to be, Rich.
Sure.
Right? You're not the best corner in the game. You're not even close, buddy. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Two, if like Everson Griffin, I don't know why he didn't come here. I know we traded to get him.
Yeah.
So I can't, if I knew he didn't want to be here, I would say the same thing about him. But I understand you don't want, but now you're just tagging along. Then I feel like it'll kind of start again. Like how many other 49ers, you know what I'm saying, are we bringing here? So that's my thing. Plus, he's like Josh Norman to me, man, just waiting to get stiff-armed to the ground.
Yes.
What is he going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. Bills diced him up. It was just funny to watch. You just to be like, you used to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now you look like sushi at the farmer's market.
Absolutely. So I don't mind a loud mouth, but I don't want a big mouth. Like I wouldn't mind if Stafford is more aggressive, like blah, 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 you know, get in line, a little more assertive as a leader.
Yeah.
But Richard, I mean, your time has passed, man.
Yeah.
Richard's time is over. So me personally, I want a GM, if he's a no-name, just a rando, he got to have a track record. That's stellar. Sure. Me, I would like Tony Dungy, but
really?
He said he responded actually. So shout out to my man on Twitter. He responded to Tony Dungy responded to his name is @7play, and he mentioned, hey, Coach Dungy, we could use you in Detroit. And he said that I wish the Detroit Lions well and they get the right guy, but I don't think it's me. Is what he said. So that's a little hope though that don't can still come because I don't think it's me. But so I would like him. And as far as head coach, I really think that I really believe it's going to be either Bieniemy or Saleh. That's what I think. So
well, yeah, I saw that a bunch of legislators in Michigan wrote an open letter.
Yeah,
for Saleh. You know, and one thing about Saleh that I really do like about him is the fact that he grew up in Dearborn. He's from this area. He understands the heart of the city. He understands, like, because let's face it, Detroit is misunderstood. It just is. Absolutely. If you're an outsider, if you're not from around this area, if you haven't lived here and like lived in that, it is misunderstood. It is seen in this dirty, grungy light. And really, somebody like Saleh, who grew up here, who is from that area, I think could be great because he knows the heartache of the city. He knows the pains, and he would be somebody who would want to see his city thrive.
Yeah. Yeah, because Detroit Dearborn is an extension of Detroit, man. They're actually right next to each other. So I used to Tireman and Greenfield. See, a lot of people don't think I grew up in the city, but Tireman and Greenfield, on the north side of Greenfield is Detroit, and on the south side of Greenfield is Dearborn. So I don't know where in Dearborn he grew up at, but they are our neighbors, man. And Dearborn is about 10 minutes away from the stadium, if that. And that's actually a really good point. Someone who understands what the city, because nothing bothers me more than people speaking on the city that don't know what they're talking about.
Sure.
Like and that's why we got into the YouTube game. That's why I got into it. And I was talking to you off camera about it, about bringing attention to our city and our sport that other people don't. Because when you talk about the Lions, it's what the Lions didn't do. This is why they beat the Patriots, because the Patriots were bad.
Yeah.
Or this is why we beat the Chiefs, because Patrick Mahomes was off. He had a cold or something. Some other reason as to why they failed to give us our respect. So we want to do that. And so I see that. The only thing I could say is they just left the defensive coordinator and then they're going right back to one.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they're going to do, but I'm very intrigued by this.
Yes. And that's what makes me wonder, would we actually go a defensive route? Would we look at it and be like, well, that didn't work, so now,
the other way.
Well, let's try the other way. You flip a coin and see what happens. Like that's
I think we'll see, man. It all really depends on Stafford. I think they keep Stafford. I think Stafford's the key, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Whether we keep him or whether we move on. So chat, I will get to you guys in a second. I am going to we'll conclude the show with that. But before we do that, the playoff chances. Now, I did a video, Jay, not too long ago. There is a 7-9 scenario. You're talking about off the wall, through the glass, into the net. That's what it's going to take. But there is a scenario. So yesterday's loss doesn't end the season for us, but it felt like it did.
It felt like it.
It felt like it did. So how do you feel about the Lions' chances? Basically, what we need to do, we have to win at least 2 of the last 3, and one of those wins must come against the Minnesota Vikings. I think the way I did it was, if we beat Tampa, we beat Minnesota. Or if we beat the Titans, but we lose to Tampa, either way, we got to beat Minnesota.
Sure.
So it takes a lot of losing, a lot of, stuff to happen. But how do you feel about those chances, man?
Well, I look at it, and really, you said it just a minute ago. It comes down to Stafford, right? Yeah. If Stafford is not healthy, I mean, I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just looking at it. We go 0-3.
Yep.
That's my guess. Now, let's just, cast some lots here and play around with this Yahtzee style. And let's just pretend Stafford's healthy, okay? If Stafford is able to come back, my prediction would be we lose to Tennessee, we beat Tampa Bay, and everything comes down to that Minnesota game.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I would rather sit through that than sit through 3-12-1.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I would rather sit through that than sit through 0-16.
Yes. Well, and you know what? And that's a classic. The thing about the Lions, and that is so interesting, is the Lions do the greatest job of giving the fan base hope constantly. Like, I feel like I'm watching the Polar Express and Josh Groban is just singing to me, right? Like, if you just believe, like, that is our existence. If we just believe.
That's all we have, man.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Yeah. So I think everything will, if say all those other teams were to lose and it comes down, I think it really could come down to that Minnesota game, because the Lions, we usually win games that we have no business winning, and we lose the ones we should win. Or maybe you get shut out by an XFL quarterback. But all in all,
Hey, listen. PJ Walker was the face of the league, man.
I know.
The face of the league. I think people need to put some respect on PJ Walker, man.
Yeah. You're not right. You're not wrong.
But he did beat us. He shut us out. He
shut us out. That's my problem. We got shut out. Losing to him is fine. Getting shut out, that is unacceptable.
I think first time it happened in over 10 years, I think. But hey, that's the stat sheet right there. He's got He's got something on his resume.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not sure. I think realistically, I mean, they're probably 0.5% because they need a lot of help, but they have to win 2 games. No Matthew Stafford for this weekend, most likely. And even if he does play, he's going to be like he was after he injured his hand.
Sure.
You know, he was real tentative. You know what I'm saying? It might be a lot of run plays. It might have a lot of short passes. And the defense has to do their job. It all comes down to that. So no matter who's quarterbacking, the defense got to stop Derrick Henry. And that's, I mean, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook to end the season, and then the duo in between. And now Shady McCoy's running the ball for the Bucs. So, and he got us last year, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that yesterday was the end. I think it was the end, but the hope is still there. And I'd rather watch these 3 games with hope. And if you think about it, we'll be eliminated with a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's week 16 or set. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with a week 16 elimination. You know what I mean? Because the only team as of yesterday in the NFC, I don't know if you knew this, only team that was eliminated was the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, the entire NFC picture. The only team, the 4-9 Atlanta Falcons are the only NFC team. So it is, we're not just talking here. It's actual stuff. Yeah. Actual realistic possibility. So we'll see.
Chances are slim. It feels like we're laying on the beaches of Dunkirk right now. You know, which is not, but hey, it could happen.
Stranger things could happen, man. Stranger things could happen. So I don't know, guys, why I couldn't bring the chat in to StreamYards today, but let's see if we got any questions. Don't forget the pinned comment is Jay's channel, Let's Talk Lions. Jay, can you do me a favor? Let's see where you're at as far as sub-wise. Let's see if we can get you a couple more.
Yeah, for sure.
I will grab some questions. Anybody got any questions in the chat before we round? Cage TV says, playoffs, just trying to win a game. Just trying to win a game. I see what you're doing there, man.
You know what, though? I did see somebody bring up Harbaugh. I just want to make it very clear. I do not want Harbaugh anywhere near the Honolulu Blue.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be here.
Yeah, and you know what, this guy, Damian, you bring up a great point. Like, obviously, he went to the Super Bowl. Like, some coaches are better in the NFL than they are in college, but I find him to be an imposter. I do not think he would be. He is not what the Lions need. He is not what the Lions need.
Yeah, and that was, 5 years ago he exited the NFL, right?
Yes.
He left in 5, and we're talking about a decade ago when he was at the top of his NFL game. Nah. If he beat Ohio State a couple times, maybe, but you can't beat him at all. No bueno. Yeah, so I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Seen him enough on Saturday. Don't need to see him on Sunday.
I know, and hopefully we are done with that as well. Seeing it on Saturdays.
Yeah, so, that's true. That's true.
Al Johnson in the building. He says, still wondering what the heck is going on with Galladay. Any info? What you feel? What you thinking, Jay?
About just speculation. I have no actual information. Otherwise, what I can tell, my speculation is that there was an internal issue with Matt Patricia. And in that struggle, the hip injury may have been more, how would you say, mild than was let on to be. An injury, nonetheless, and hip injuries are rough.
Yeah.
But I think it was enough to keep him out and to show, hey, the Lions, we were losing. We were what? We had 5 losses without Galladay on the field.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very simple, he's trying to draw the math equation for management to say, if you want the W, give me my money.
Pay me. Yeah, exactly. I kind of feel a similar way. You know, I don't want to say that another man is injured, but I will. It's faking his injury, but I will allude to it. Okay. I think it might be a little more exaggerated. And I thought, okay, Matt Patricia's the end. He's gone. Now all of a sudden, oh, my hip is fine and I'm back at it. That didn't happen. He still has not appeared on the field. It's weird to me because he wants his money, but he's not showing out.
Sure.
But I don't know if he has to.
Yeah.
Or will a team like the Giants or any other team take a chance on him?
I think they will. I mean, you look at that Atlanta game. He comes out one game and just balls like he does.
Yeah. Cardinals game. He was responsible for that win.
Yes.
He helped us a lot. So I don't know what is going on with that, but I hope he is okay and he gets out here soon, at least. And worst case that he's back next year. I really would like to see him back.
So do I. I don't want to see 1-9 on another team.
Yeah, that'll be tough. I don't want to see 9 on another team, but I think it's coming.
Yeah,
I think it's coming. But whatever team he goes to outside of the Dallas Cowboys, and he won't go to the Packers, so that's fine.
Sure.
I will. I mean, Bears. I can't root for it. You got to stay out the North.
Yeah, stay out of the North.
Stay out of the North, off the Cowboys. I'm a fan.
Send my boy to Buffalo.
Ooh, but they good to go.
They are good to go.
Man.
I just want to see him in that nice red one.
That red is crispy.
Oh,
I loved it. The color rush yesterday was great.
It looked great. Yeah.
Oh man, MICROMIKE is a fool. He says, ISN, what do you think of Jarrett Davis? I think he's gonna need a new home coming up very, very, very soon. But that's about with him. What you think of Jarrett Davis, Jay?
I mean, personally, I like him. I do. I like him a lot.
Really? The unguided missile. You like this dude?
Yeah. I think what I like most about him is the fire in his bones. He just goes hard. He goes hard.
It's not a controlled fire. You got to be able to contain.
You're right.
Fire.
It's easily a wildfire in California. For sure.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. You got to be able to contain it. I think I just like to I like watching him go buck wild, and while we have nothing else happening, I'm like, I'll take that. At least you look like a torpedo.
Okay, here's a question. Not a trick question, by the way. Davis or Tavai?
Oh, I would keep Tavai.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And
Yeah,
Tavai, he made a lot of tackles yesterday. He just slow.
Yeah, he's slow. Yeah,
He's like, oh, I can't. I'm trying to run and catch him. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh man, to me, another. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but another bad pick. I mean, you got DK Metcalf. You got. Could you imagine?
No, I can't imagine.
Oh my god. I mean. Oh man,
the narrative of Megatron 2.0 would have been fun in and of itself.
That's what I'm saying. Get him just for that, man.
Yeah,
Get him just for that. So I would have done that, but somebody asked, when will the Lions win a playoff game?
I see that. Christian Thayer. That's a good question.
Now that is a trick question.
Honestly, if we just rolled dice and added up those years, that's what I would go with. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. You know what? I mean, quite frankly, it depends on what I predicted looking at this year. I thought we were a 10-6 team. I really did. I thought
10-6, not 6-10, 10-6.
No, 10-6. Looking at our squad now, we had to come off the bat without Galladay. We came off the bat against the Bears, losing our first and second string cornerbacks. Like everything started going downhill quick. It felt like. Yeah. I looked at us and thought we were a 10-6 ball club. Turns out that's not the case. And it wasn't even me and my hype. So I thought we were going to take a playoff game this year. I really did. I thought we had the pieces. I knew Matt Patricia's coaching was a bust. I wanted to give the man the benefit of the doubt, but I thought we had enough to make a run this year.
Maybe we did. You never know, because he was still there. You never know,
because we look so much better under Bevel in just 2 games.
I mean, we all think about we came out and we led against the Packers. We led against the Bears. We led. It was the defense side of the ball that let us down.
Yeah.
You have to be able to score touchdowns. Lions were doing that. You have to be able to stop people. You can't do it. Like I said yesterday, Aaron Rodgers, he going to get his points.
Yeah.
But you got to be in his way or something, because if you're not, your offense got to score. You got to score now, because Devontae Adams, here's the scary thing about that. Imagine they actually draft a receiver or they get some more offensive weapons. It's going to be a long 2021 season.
So then that's my question for you. I know we're running out of time, but I just want to ask you.
Right.
Looking at Rodgers, my question for you, looking at him coming into this season, they draft Jordan Love. Rodgers he said, looking at the future, that he thought he would finish his career in Green Bay, and it's evident he won't. Will he move on at the end of this year or not? Is he sticking around Green Bay for a little bit more, or was that our last time seeing Rodgers in Detroit while he's wearing the cheesehead uniform?
Okay. First thing I got to say is contract. I got to know about that. I got to know how big it is. So let's let's say it all depends. If you take contract aside, Green Bay has two options. If you take contract aside and he wins MVP, I think he stays.
Okay.
I mean, you can't help Jordan. Let him stay. Let him do. See, Green Bay, you got Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers is itching to get in. 3 years, man. He had 3 years to sit. I'm the 24th pick. I'm so mad Alex Smith was drafted before me. I'm the best there is. And I got to stew on this for 3 seasons while this man decides I'm going to retire. No, I'm not. I'm going to retire. No, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
So then he's setting the example now for Love.
Yeah.
He's not even dressed, bro. Like, he's not even dressed to play. So that's how much they care about. So I think he stays. And that is what I would like to see happen here. Okay. Don't cut Stafford. Let Stafford do what Aaron Rodgers is doing.
Sure.
And maybe Stafford balls out. You never know. Stafford has had no competition for 10 seasons now?
Yeah.
So why not bring somebody to like them buns a little bit? You know what I mean?
Kind of like the Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts thing that you got going on over there.
Yanked him right out. Yanked him. He's already been named the starter.
Yeah, it's insane.
Absolutely, man. But that is, it's been awesome, bro. We hit our hour. We did our thing. Topped out at 60 some. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate the support. So once again, for the people in the back that came in late, tell us a little bit about Let's Talk Lions.
Sure. Yeah. So for those of you who weren't here right off the bat, my name is Jay. I'm the host of Let's Talk Lions, a Detroit Lions YouTube channel where basically I just go over all pre-game, post-game analysis, news, updates, and the like for all your Detroit Lions news. So if you guys want to hop over to there, it's just called Let's Talk Lions. You can sub. I would really appreciate that. It means a lot. And you know what? I love the Lions. I love giving you guys good content because really for me, the whole reason I started Let's Talk Lions was I became very tired of the fact that the Lions are not talked about on all the large media outlets because, well, to them, we're not a good enough team to be talked about. And B, if we are talked about, it's just a joke every time. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was like, well, I'm a fan of this team. I wear this color every Sunday. Yeah. Give me something. Give me something. Give me something good, please. And because it didn't, I said, you know what? I guess I'll just make the content. I said, and you know what? I found people like you, and I found people like MICROMIKE, and I found all these guys putting together stuff. And it was like, wow, this is a really cool community of people that A, are positive about the Detroit Lions, but B, never sacrifice truth. And I think that's something about you, Blitz, that's very evident, very clear, is you do a phenomenal job. You and the guys at ISN do a great job of saying, we're going to be positive because it's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to look at a glass half empty. But you do a phenomenal job of saying, you know what, though? We have to bring the truth. We will be positive, but we'll bring the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, right?
Yeah.
And you guys do that. You guys do that well. And I really appreciate the opportunity and the love you've thrown my way and my channel's way.
Well, I appreciate that. You disappeared from us, man. We just see a gray bubble now. I don't know what happened. But yeah, we lost you. But we can hear you. We can hear you, man. But we lost you. But I appreciate that, man. It's tough to be positive all the time. But I'm not all the time, but this season's been a little different, man. I'm tired. I just want to see a winner. I understand now what is happening in the NFL and when the Lions I don't know when they'll be a winning franchise, but there you go. You're back. So I hope that I can continue to, the thing about this, man, is like you said, it's two things that you're going to see this, Jay. You're going to start inspiring people, man, to do what you're going to have. It's like Lions fans are in hiding and they want to talk about this team, but they don't want to be ridiculed. They don't want to, they think they're alone. Some of them. Yeah. And you might just today have helped another creator start their own channel.
Let's go.
Honestly, man. So it's been my pleasure. Make sure you guys check out Let's Talk Lions. Link is pinned, the pinned comment. We're trying to get this guy to grow because his content is superb, man. Camera is phenomenal. So, hey, subscribe to my guy here. And, man, Jay, anytime, man, we can collaborate and do it again. Man, best wishes on the channel, bro. And you will see me in the comments, man. So you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Okay, well, let me find my mouse cursor because it's It's the win between monitors. Okay, there we go. Chat, I am sorry. I've got something happened with StreamYard, so I have to look over. So I kind of missed you guys. I do apologize, but there will be many more shows, off-season shows coming. And I'm sure we'll get Jay on here again. So Jay, give me that one more time and that tagline before we get out of here.
Let's talk lines.
All right, y'all. Peace out.